And we're back at it, Game Time, episode 10 at the lovely Redefine Studios in Cape Town. Joshy, what a week, eh?
We're in the double digis, dude.
Episode 10.
Episode 10. Well done.
Yeah, 10 weeks back to back.
10 weeks back to back.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. And every Monday night, it gets released.
Every Monday night.
You can be very proud of that, because like my editing skills, we would have released an episode every 6 months.
Every 6 months. Welcome back, guys. Thanks for waiting.
Have you missed us?
Just remember who we are. You just got back from a back-to-back double trip, out of what I understand, right?
Yeah.
It looked incredible. Jy het vis gevang.
You know when people like brag about their fish and they're like, my fish was this big?
Yeah.
Mine was basically this.
Dude, you basically went fishing for like sardines.
I basically pulled that fish from the womb. No, but it was an incredible trip. So we went
that's so good, Kitty.
we went to Lake Kariba. And I must say, like, Dan Nichols, such a legend for setting the whole thing up.
That was dope.
Mark Pozza, probably the 7th most influential person in Zimbabwe, radio host. Neil, the guys from Fothergill Island. It was such a special trip. So we went there, landed in Harare the Sunday, then went from there to stayed overnight. Then the Monday morning flew to Lake Kariba, stayed there till the Thursday, and then back to Harare. But I mean, game drives, walks, walk in the wild, or I don't know how you call it, but like you walk in the bush.
Oh, did you walk it in the
And you
bush?
stalk the elephants. You like,
Sick.
and you like pick up the poo, and you're like, oh, he went that way.
Yeah, you pick up the poo and you're like, he's healthy. And you're like, okay.
The scary thing about walking in the bush is like you're with the ranger, and he'll walk like with a steady pace, but it's like quite quiet and eerie, and you hear like the crackling of the leaves and stuff. And all of a sudden he'll like stop and he'll look down, and there's like a big ass lion track or paw print like this, and he's like, this is quite fresh. This must be from this morning. And it's like, how do you know that? He's like, no, there's no insects or anything that's crawled over it or any wind that's blown it a bit away, so it's like fresh. And you're like, this lion could be like watching us while we're cruising through.
That'd be my first question to the game drive guy of like, okay, so you find the lion, now what? Like, he's not going to do anything to stop it from turning around and just being like, lekker, thanks.
No, he's got a big ass rifle.
Oh, okay, is he walking with a rifle?
Yeah, so it's pretty.
Did he let you shoot the rifle or at least carry it?
No, he didn't. But
only the fishing rod.
Yeah, something like on that walking trip that happened as well is where I got the biggest fright. And it wasn't animal induced; it was human. As we were walking,
Animal-induced.
That bush area is so big, and we're busy walking, and all of a sudden there's just other humans coming from the front, and we're like, "What the fuck's going on here?" And they're also carrying like fucking proper machine guns and rifles, and we're like,
Yeah.
Luckily, the guys know each other, so we're like
Ready to go to war. Yeah.
No, pretty special. And then from there, went to back to Harare. Did a coaching clinic on the Friday afternoon, which was pretty cool. So these guys actually asked me, so I'm going to do the shout out for them. But it's St. George's in a couple of weeks playing against St. John's, and these boys at St. George's are dope. I love these guys, and I just want to wish you all the best for the rest of the season. I know you guys are going to kill it.
Good luck, boys.
Yeah, pretty cool. I had a function the Friday evening, and then Saturday morning I had to jump on a flight at 7 to get to Johannesburg to go watch the test in Pretoria, which is pretty epic.
Yes, dude, that's a week, eh?
Yeah, it's proper. I need some sleep.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Do you think because a friend of mine, before I get into what I got up to this week, a friend of mine got like diagnosed. I didn't know that this could happen, but he got diagnosed with burnout. They did blood tests and everything, and based off all of his hormone levels and whatever else you find in blood, they were like, dude, your whole system's burnt. So you're going to be fatigued, headachy, not able to sleep. You've completely pushed your body to the edge.
Yeah.
Do you think you've hit that before or will? Because like I don't know anyone that has the schedule that you have that works as much as you working and traveling right now.
I remember like when I was still playing rugby, like you would come back from a Springbok camp or a tough preseason where you would work like a couple of weeks back to back, and always in that off week you feel a bit sluggish, like a bit sick. Your energy is quite low because the stress levels and the intensity is so high during those working weeks that by the time you get to the off week, you're feeling a bit like runny nose. Your system just shuts down a bit. But yeah, and then a week later you're back in action. So I do think it's possible, but I mean, you know me, I'm a pretty laid back guy, so I don't take anything too stressful. I think I try and, with how the schedule's working now, like I'm trying to manage as much as possible. So I just the biggest problem is because I'm so busy, there's other things I don't get to, which is annoying me. So important work that I'm like either missing out on or I'm delayed with deadlines. But I'll still find a system for myself that works and I can get to everything. But that is the one thing that's stressing me out at the moment, is because like being at Lake Kariba, which is absolutely amazing, and trying to wind down, but there's 10 emails waiting in the inbox that you have to get to. So, and then there's no signal, and it's like the stress builds the whole time. So every time you get like a half an hour just to open your laptop, quickly grab some internet or
do something,
you make the most of it. But it is tough. But I mean, I will personally find a way to do it. And if anyone has some suggestions on how to do that or how to work out your schedule better, or want to come intern for me,
that would be awesome. We should actually put that out. We should put out like finding Kitsy's intern. Dude, looking at the week, I was telling you as we came in, I had my first migraine this week on Wednesday, and then had minor migraines Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then this afternoon I got whacked with the migraine again, literally like 2-3 hours before recording this. So if anyone has any suggestions as to what causes migraines or how I solve the problem of getting rid of them, it's like your head is constipated and you want to get it out, but you just can't. That's what a migraine feels like, It's like it's stuck. You know what I'm saying?
To be honest, I've never experienced before. But
have you never had a migraine, or you never been constipated before?
No, I've never had a migraine before.
I was about to say, dude, you're a healthy man. Yeah. Oh, dude, it's terrible. So if anyone has any suggestions, we
might be just drink more water. I don't know.
That's always the number one. It's either that or stress.
Sleep.
Sleep. That's why people are like, go see a doctor. And then you go see a doctor and the doctor's like,
here's some tablets.
Are you drinking enough water? And I'm like, dude, give me something way out there. Have you been in contact with potassium in the last 48 hours? I'd be like, wow, do something that blows my mind. But we had.
I've got a joke on the potassium, but carry on.
Oh, yeah, you do? Do it.
It's got an Afrikaans punchline. And I heard it from Ronaldo this week, and it's quite funny. How does a banana have sex? With his peel.
What's that the much
With his peel.
A banana is a peel, right?
The peel.
Dude! Shit, I'm slow today.
It's
That's
not that
my
funny
bad.
when you try and explain it.
No, thank you for explaining, because I was like, a banana. Oh, it's a pisang.
A pisang.
I wonder if I should keep that in the episode. People will be like, this kid's an idiot.
We can do the other one. Which is just as funny, if you don't want to keep that one.
Okay.
How does an orange have sex? With its peel.
Okay, there we go. Yes, thank you. Okay, I dig that.
With its
peel. On you saying Afrikaans punchlines, and this will defend my point of how I missed that. I always say to people, I understand Afrikaans to a point. I don't speak it, but I can understand it. I'm from Durbanville, so my friends are Afrikaans. So I've grown up around it. So I by ear, I can communicate. I speak in English, you speak in Afrikaans. We can have a fluent conversation. This weekend, Jess and I went to our first Afrikaans wedding. Beautiful wedding. Out in Tilburg. I don't know if I want to say whose wedding it was, because I didn't ask them whether I can divulge into their special day, at least not yet. So I won't say names, but thank you for having us. It was an incredible wedding. It was beautiful. I thought I understood Afrikaans. I don't. I don't understand Afrikaans. And it's like culturally so different to English. Like they had a moment, there's 2 moments. Do you cry at weddings?
No, but I do get like emotional if it's like really beautiful. And, if like the groomsmen or the bridesmaids speak beautifully about the couple, then
Yes.
I do sometimes tear up, but not like cry.
Bawled my eyes out.
But I thought you didn't understand what they were saying.
Bawled my eyes out. But this is what happened. We go down to do the dinner, and the daddy-daughter dance comes up, dude.
Proper.
The daddy-daughter song was Phil Collins. Ek het gehuil. It was so embarrassing because it was just a table. Afrikaans people don't cry. You guys are tough as nails. And it was me sitting next to Jess, 4 ladies in front of us, another lady next to me, and then the other English couple further down the line.
Yeah.
I'm turned around to watch the daddy-daughter dance in the middle of all the tables, everything shaped like a U. Beautiful. Phil Collins is an absolute champion. And then while they're dancing, the dad is singing to the daughter. Kitsy? It makes me emotional now.
And
I sobbed. I turn around and I'm like, tears, bro. Proper, like snot in trane. Turn around and everyone's just like, what are you doing? Like, yeah, it's a special moment, but like, it's not your dad. You know, we're not giving you away. Why are you crying? I'm like, it's so special with the film going. And I was like, clearly no one at this table seen Tarzan. Because that's like one of the most beautiful Disney movies ever.
was there like a party afterwards? Myself and Amy is very stoked. Very bleak that we couldn't make it. I mean, without giving names away of who it was, but I knew I had to go be in Zim and work at Pretoria.
You were grafting.
Yeah, so very happy about this special day and very bleak that I missed it. So
Yeah.
carry on with the party. How was the party?
Dude. Well, the partying part was like, there was 2 Afrikaans songs.
Yeah.
The Witskoene,
Yeah.
song. I think it's Lofi that sings it, right?
I'm not 100% sure, but
Dude,
I know.
that song slaps. Even I was like, the only 2 words I understand is Witskoene, but I'm here. And then Kaptein always comes up. Even
Yeah.
at English weddings, Kaptein comes up.
Ons gaan dorp toe. That one?
Nope, what's that? We're going to the town? Really?
Ons gaan dorp toe. Okay, anyway.
Damn, I need to find that one. Because I was chatting with someone asking them, like, what is... Kaptein's been a part of my life since I was a lightie.
Yeah.
Right? We all know Kaptein... What are the words?
Spanny sailor.
Spun die sailor. My understanding of Kaptein, he goes, I'm the captain of this ship.
Where's the Betty's at?
Where the bitches. And then he goes, where the sun sets, she waits for me.
Yeah.
That's all I understand about the song. I don't know what the outcome is. I don't know if the boat ever arrives.
If you just keep sailing.
I don't know who
He's probably
she
still
is.
on the water.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're sailing over either. I just know that he's the captain of this boat. And the other one was about white shoes squeaking some tacky at a
the dance
party.
floor.
And that was my understanding.
Oh, okay. But weddings, I love weddings. Weddings is like my favorite part of the year when it's wedding season. And because I'm in a bit of an older crowd now, like all my friends already married, like starting to get invites to the second weddings.
Really? The second weddings. Ooh, drama, that wedding. Yeah.
But it was always my favorite thing because, like, first of all, everyone's dressed proper, like it's suit and dresses and decor, and then it's like the beginning of a wedding is always like you're just trying to find your feet. You don't know what the pace of the wedding is going to be like, because like at Malcolm's wedding there was drafts for everyone, like just beer, as much you can drink, and then like Philly's wedding had like all these little trucks, like this little snack truck, which is that like the best steak and the prosecco and the champagne and the what's
Like
that?
food trucks.
What's like that orange one? The Aperol Spritz.
Aperol Spritz.
That the truck like that, which is quite cool. So you always try and find your feet, and then you're like mingling with all the people. But then after the speeches, and then the party skops off, and then it's witskoene and it's kaptein, and then it gets lekker, and then I party lekker.
Then it's a jaw, dude.
Yeah, until
I tried to like make as many connections as possible by the time the jaw comes.
yeah,
Yeah.
because then you have your group and your posse.
Exactly. Then you have your people.
and you stick with your posse for the evening.
That's what we did.
Yeah.
Our posse were the English folk. Yeah. Let's get into
Sounds a sport from the weekend.
some sport, but also like there's a lot of drama around everything going on.
Yeah, let's clear the sport first.
Okay.
You want my honest opinion? I really enjoyed the French-New Zealand game.
Yeah.
And also, why I'm saying that is because the drama leading up to it, the New Zealanders being all like, why would you guys send a second string or B or C string team to come and face us? And they almost got a flipping hiding in New Zealand, which was, like, I really enjoyed watching the game. I think the French were aggressive, they were good, they were quick. There's some guys who just put their hands up to actually be the number one
Yeah.
Kiesa, like choice of player.
Yeah.
But as in true New Zealand fashion, they rocked up and they played well and they closed out the game very well.
Could never write those Oaks off in the second half.
Yeah. But the other big one for the weekend was, of course, the Springboks Italy game. Very stoked the Boks won, but it was a bit of a boring game for me. I really thought, and this could just be me being a bit naive about and too proud of the Springboks, but I thought they would probably give them 50 points.
Yeah.
All credit to Italy. I think they matched up physically. I mean, there were some tackles in that game that I thought, yo, I'm not gonna that looks sore.
Good luck to you boys.
Yeah,
get panelled.
they smacked a couple of the guys, which was which looked rough, but I think a couple of errors, not as clinical as they should be. But I mean, the Boks is not going to lay down. I think Monday morning or tomorrow morning when Rassie gets them at 9 o'clock, it's going to be some.
It's going to be about Aina.
Yeah, it's going to be some words fired, and I think we're going to see a different Springbok side rock up next weekend.
You think so?
Which is going to be a tough one.
Do you think there's some sort of like strategy to that because there's two games?
Yeah, I think probably for Rassie, it would be to find the combinations that he wants to take to the Rugby Championship.
Okay.
Because there's those, you can't fuck around with those two games in New Zealand. Like there you need your best front row, your most informed locks when it comes to jumping, lineouts, movement on the field. You need a loose trio that can work around the pitch, that's quick enough to chase down wings and carry the ball in the wide channel. I think the Springboks probably do miss guys like Sia with his leadership and a guy like Peter Steph, but I won't take anything away from Vincent Tuka. I think he played exceptionally well over the weekend. I think Krappie's played, he scored 2 tries. Yes, the tries came from forward dominance, but he just finished it off. But he had an incredible game.
Yeah. A lot of comments online, again, bringing the fan perspective. People do not seem happy with the second half.
The bomb squad didn't fire.
Yeah, that the bomb squad weren't bomb squadding in the way that they usually do. As they should.
Yeah.
And also partnering that into, I saw a lot of comments speaking into the age of the bomb squad, that every player of the bomb squad was 31 and over.
Yeah, it was crazy. I saw the stats, and I think in the pack of forwards, in the starting pack of forwards, we had like something like close to 400 caps amongst them.
Wow.
In the backs, we had like 350. In the forwards, we had in the bomb squad, we had over 450 caps combined. So that shows you the age of the guys on the bench.
Yeah.
But in saying that, those guys experienced, they should be able to get themselves up for, even if the Boks were leading by 50 points, they should still come on and keep the guys scoreless, not give away penalties, be quite accurate when it comes to lineouts and scrumming. Yeah, maybe it wasn't like the sharpest performance, but it's still a good win. The bodies are still going to be sore today. They still pick themselves up, and they'll know there's bigger plans in the year ahead. They've got a massive rugby championship coming up. I mean, the Argentinians look good. I'm not so sure about Australia, but New Zealand looks sharp.
Japan just beat Wales.
Yeah, so there's going to be some big test matches this season.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my take. It wasn't my favorite game of rugby to watch, but I'm just happy the Boks came away with a good win.
What would you? So I kind of have two angles on it where we touched on this recently on the show, where I was saying I don't want us to get spoiled. I don't want us to view rugby as a...
Spoke about it last week.
Yes, right? I don't... Perfect timing that we mentioned it before this all started. Because I don't want us to speak into... not that either of us are or that the public are in general, but I'm saying it's something that we need to be careful of going, oh, but we the best in the world, we should wallop every team other than New Zealand, maybe France. Oh, there we should struggle a little, but we should still win.
Yeah.
I think... Credit to Italy. I wasn't expecting them to have 24 points on the board.
I wasn't expecting them to pitch up like that either.
That's phenomenal. Well done, guys.
And I spoke about it afterwards, and I was like, guys, I proper misread this game. Like I honestly thought the Springboks were just gonna club them, but it wasn't the case. Like, yes, and there might be a lot of reasons for it, but I think the Italians, and thinking back of the URC now, it's their performances between Zebra and can't remember the other team's name now, but between those two teams, they actually performed very well during the URC, which is all credit to the Italians, because they're becoming better. They're putting Six Nation teams under pressure. They're playing good rugby. Yes, they might not be winning that much, but they're still playing decent rugby. And I completely thought after last week's performance against Barbarians, I thought, fuck, we're going to scrum them, maul them. We're just going to milk penalties out of them the whole time, and it's just going to be corner try the whole time. And it wasn't the case. The guys played exceptionally well.
It's almost like it's putting a fire under my ass for the next World Cup, because you look at Japan beating Wales, coming back so strong in that second half and taking it. That's a dope performance. You look at how well Argentina are playing lately. You look at the fact that Italy are now performing in this way that we're now getting to see. Smaller rugby nations, it's almost like the level of play globally has been raised. Yeah. So yes, Springboks are incredible. Yes, New Zealand's great. France, Ireland. But now you're looking at all the other countries and going, wait, they're also playing good rugby. Same with Samoa, Fiji. They're playing damn good rugby.
Yeah. I mean, there was a close game between Australia and Fiji.
Yeah.
Which is quite concerning for what lies ahead for Australia in the next couple of weeks with the British Irish Lions. But, I think you understand spot on. I think rugby in general is not just dominated by 3 teams anymore.
Yeah.
I think the top 10 guys, yes, the first and 10th, there might be a clear dominant winner, but amongst that, anyone could win any day. Like New Zealand can play against a very hot English side and it might lose the game. Or same with a Scotland or someone who's a strong contender and they could pump them in over 80 minutes. But it's exciting because I think the more it becomes so competitive, the more everyone has to step up their game, the
100%.
more the game gets privatized and the more money there is, and it just becomes better and better. So I'm happy that there's good competition. Yes, of course, I'm a huge Springbok supporter, so I want the Oaks to
Panel
win
everyone.
everything. Win everything. But also, I don't want to be, as you said, too windga to admit that it wasn't a good enough game. I would be not furious, but I would be upset as a coach if I had to be a coach, because I would have said, guys, you had the opportunities to actually give this Oaks 50 points, but you let them back into the game. It was still a big score, like 42's lot of points.
It's a lot of points.
Yeah. So, but otherwise, I think, probably defensively made a couple of errors. That one more try wasn't great. I think they'll probably work on that. But I'm looking forward to a good performance on the weekend, because now we know the Italians, when they get their tails up, they become quite confident. And a confident Italian is not an easy Italian to handle.
No. And also, I like when there's a little bit of we win, but we also go, oh shit, these oaks, don't write them off. Because that's when you see South Africa, for some reason, if we feel any sense of underdog or didn't match expectation, the players come back the next game with so much vuma to their performance to go, no, we are the damn best in the world. So I'm excited to see the second game, and then excited to see into the series as well.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you on two things. Firstly, Owen Farrell got called up for the Lions. So I'm not going to say that it's because of what we said.
But it is.
But it kind of is.
Yeah.
Right?
We put things out in the world, and
we just keep manifesting things, dude. We just keep putting them out there, and they just keep happening,
We're going to change our name from GameTime to the Manifestation Show.
The Manifestation Show.
Yeah.
What is manifestation in Afrikaans?
I'll get to you.
Manifestatie. There we go.
I don't know.
The Manifestatie Show. What do you think of that? And why?
I don't know. Andy Farrell might feel guilty that he left his son out, and the Sunday braais aren't that comfortable anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Suddenly like, I see you on Sunday. Nah, Dad, I'm busy. Hey?
Yeah, Dad.
I'll see you after the series. Yeah.
No, I think probably he backs him because, Owen Farrell is a great player, first of all. I think, yes, he hasn't played much Test rugby in the last 2 years, and that's probably most of the comments I see surrounding this selection. It is the fact that he's been outside of England, he's played for racing, he hasn't played that great, but he's still a skillful Lion. Like he's his fourth tour. So, if
Can't take that away.
If you had to pick someone who's got the experience and just won a trophy, has had big wins in a Lions jersey, he might be the right guy. Even though if he doesn't play, he might be the right guy just to have there as a soundboard or as a person with experience to tell the guys, like, listen, we might go through this. This could be the possible solution. It could be very stressful, but this is how we handled it in 2021, whatever, when they played against us. So that could be the one reason. He's a very experienced Lion. And the other reason could be he's purely a backup. Like he's there, if someone gets injured, he's good enough to fill the shoes of the next Lion fly off.
Understands the game well enough that he can fit in very easily.
Yeah.
They also, did they drop or bench Pollock?
Remember, they're doing a lot of rotation, so they're trying to find combinations. They won't, like in these midweek games, they won't pick their best side. Like we'll only see probably their best side when it comes to the combo, the New Zealand Australia combo team, or the first Test match. That's where we'll actually see the full line strength, full metal jacket side, which would be interesting. But I can't tell you 1 to 23 who's going to play because there's so much chopping and changing. There's so many talented players. I don't know if Andy Farrell would pick a Porter above a Pierre Schoeman. Yes, maybe because he knows Porter a bit better from Ireland, but Pierre is just such a talented player. So it'll be interesting to see how he actually selects his 23 for the Test matches. But yeah, I think there's still going to be a lot of changing.
A lot of changes, yeah. Last rugby topic before we get into something that I'm very excited to talk to you about. What's going on with the spying thing? Like, who's saying that Rassie spied?
Gatlin.
And he
was the former Lions coach, so from 2021.
So he's saying now
that there was foul play
in 2021.
Yeah.
So why you keep quiet for 5 years, 4 years?
I don't know. I just saw it quickly on Instagram this week, or it popped up a couple of times on my newsfeed.
Yeah.
That it came through that
Well,
there's...
he said that it was literally where Tens was in Amanus.
Yeah.
That's the training
Yes.
facility, right? I only made that connection when I saw the photos.
Yes.
He was saying that at that training facility, they had to shift. Yeah, there was
With
a
a long lens.
long lens camera. I don't know how you spotted a long lens camera
From where?
from like what, the mountaintop of Amanus, that someone was spying on them. So they moved their training from field to inside that gym where we were having our netball competition with each other.
Yeah.
That they moved in there and all their training had to be done inside. And even then, someone was still spying on them inside the hall. I'm like, come on, dude. It's 4 years ago. Let it go. Focus on the one now. You're about to play a whole series. Like, why are you talking about 2021 again? Like we need a spy. I think we need to do that to beat you. Please.
Because
I'd find something else to
I saw because Gregory Townsend made a comment that said there was a move that Lucanio read so perfectly that he smoked a daily like as soon as he received the ball, and it's the first time they did that move publicly, like where someone could have seen it publicly, it would have been in the game.
Yeah.
And he said, like, how is that even possible? And he's like, I promise you, like, the way we go through detail with Jock Ninoba in that series was like every single scenario you can think of that could happen from a 9 playing the ball to 10, and then the second pass. There's like you pick something up and you just go flat out because you've got a sort of idea where the guy's going to be.
Well, he only has a certain number of options, right?
And he knew he had to get to him before he gets the ball away, because if he got the ball away, there was 40 meters of space to run down the touchline and probably go score a try. But I'm like reacted on that moment, and it was just like a brilliant piece of play from him. It was like a defensive read, and he said, like, listen, if this guy gets the ball or not, I'm going to smoke him.
Just go for him.
Yeah, and it was like 50-50, and he got it.
Yeah.
Smacked him. I saw it on a thing. I saw that tackle that pops up on those, you know, when the American guys review.
Oh, I love that.
review
Dude,
rugby.
I love those videos.
And they always use that hit, like Lucanio's hit. They use Eben holding the Australian guy.
Yeah.
And like, look at his eyes.
Eben scared me with that video, dude. I was like, I'm glad he's on our team. Yeah.
But yeah, it was just like a brilliant piece of play from Lucanio, in my opinion.
Yeah.
There's nothing more or less about it. When they spoke about Springboks having little huddles and talking about what moves the Lions are going to do.
Yeah.
When they did looking for, and they had some translator that translates Afrikaans to English for them and telling them what we're saying.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That's why we talk in Afrikaans.
That's what you have to learn Afrikaans.
That's why I have to learn it, so I know all the strategies.
It's a secret language.
It is, yeah. Except
like
now the whole world knows our favorite Afrikaans word. So we can't get away with that one anymore. So we've got to find another one. Yeah.
So yeah, it's another controversy. Jake got not let go Friday.
I'm so glad you bring that up. I forgot about that one. Well done.
But
what is your take on that, Kitty?
I don't know. I mean, the first time I saw the article come out with this possible decision that needs to be made about Jake's future, I don't know Jake that well. I never worked with him.
Okay.
I've met him a couple of times playing against the Bulls, but I think he did an exceptional job with the Bulls to where he got them in 3 out of 4 finals, never won silverware, which is the issue. My thing is, if you lose the locker room, you can't stay on as a head coach. If you lose your players, if you lose your staff, if guys don't trust you anymore, you don't know really how to work with them, it's time to move on. And apparently, guys weren't too happy with what Jake was on about, which is
those comments he made.
Yeah. So if you lose your locker room, you lose your team. It's tough. You guys just don't trust you anymore. You're not going to get the performances out of them. They're not going to buy into whatever idea you have. Which is crucial for success. And I mean, if you think about Dobbo, I think he's an unbelievable people manager. He might not be the most technically strong coach, like when it comes to rugby skill set, but he sticks to what he does. He runs the forward phase play, which he wants. He sort of have an idea of what he wants to see out of them, but he knows how to manage the players. He knows how to manage from 1 to 23. If you don't fit into what Dobbo's ideal Stormers DNA, make Cape Town smile, this entire ecosystem of the Stormers, if you don't fit into that, it's time for you to move on.
Okay.
And I felt the Bulls had the other way around. They had all these players, but they didn't have a coach that could handle all this.
Yeah.
And they just kept feeding the machine with the wrong guys. Because if Jake had to stay and had to lose all these players that didn't trust him, then the Bulls had to rebuild a brand new side, where the Stormers has a coach who's in control, and he puts the right players into the right positions, and then builds out a team, which is might be the right way.
Do you think it's a fair judgment to making it to 3 out of 4 finals and not getting any silverware? Can you put that on the coach?
Yeah, I don't know. But that's the question. Like, what would the Bulls fans expect from the next coach? Would you say, okay, in the next 3 years, we need to build a team first? So the first year you build a team.
Yeah.
The second year, first year you find your feet. So you understand, you get to know the guys, you know their strengths, weaknesses, and you build a team. The second year, you start putting combinations together. So you either bring in guys you think is going to fit the thing, or you let go of guys who doesn't suit your style or your. And then the third year, you say, okay, we need to win a trophy. Is that like the way you go? Or would you go, because we were in 3 out of 4 finals, we didn't win one thing, would you expect that new coach to win it in the first year, coming into an environment he doesn't know anything about? That is where I'm like, this must be fucking difficult. And just letting a coach go and then bringing in someone new must be so tough.
Well, it also makes me think, like, I'm of the opinion that Jake White didn't choose to leave, he got told to leave. That's a complete suck that out of my thumb, pull that out my ass kind of assumption. But, like, especially the way that he spoke about it, I think his comments after losing the final were really weird comments. If I had this, if I had that. As a player, I would have been very upset about those comments, and I think they were.
Yeah.
I think staff and management, as you say, I think people started going, Jake, you kind of, pinned the tail on the donkey of it's not my fault, it's everyone else's fault.
Like
but then...
Shift the blame type of thing.
100%, right? But then his comments leaving as a coach, I think were a lot more fair, in that him saying, basically, there's a different way that they want to run this machine, and I think someone else needs to step in and provide a new voice to the team, and I don't fit that voice.
Yeah.
So it's time for me to walk away. I was like, it's just a very different answer between losing the final and then leaving. There was almost a bitterness to the comment in the loss, but then there was like a acceptance. Okay, you guys are going a direction that I can't give you, so I'll walk away, like a heroic ending kind of thing. And I was like, that's quite a change from the loss to the leave, that I was quite surprised with. I don't know if it's the right move. Again, I don't know enough to make the kind of comment on whether it's right or wrong. I just think it was a moment that when I saw it, I went, oh, wow.
It's big. 3
finals out of 4, but no silverware. It's going to get put on the coach. It definitely got pinned on him.
Yeah.
On you mentioning Dobbin, so sorry, I know I said we're going to move on from Ray, but one more thing. Manie is leaving the Stormers.
Yeah, I read some articles. I'm not 200% sure.
So we don't know where Manie's going yet.
It'd probably be like a Japan side.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he'll suit that style brilliantly. I could think with his rugby brain, the way he plays.
It's such a loss though, dude.
It is, of course. But also, in saying that, like, you think of guys like Sasha being there. Manie wants to be a starter, 100%. He deserves to be a starter at a club level. But having a guy like Sasha, who's the future, mine is possibly also the future, but guys like Willems are coming back.
So, yeah.
So it's tough. I mean, you don't want to lose a guy like that, but also understand, like, if he gets paid twofold what he gets paid in South Africa, I mean, go for it.
Then do it, dude. Yeah. Sure, dude. I think he is going to fit very well in Japan. That's a lekker comment.
Yeah.
Charcuterie boards are elite, right?
Yeah.
They had the most gangster charcuterie boards at this wedding. There was cream cheeses with piles of biltong over the top of the cream cheese.
Yum.
So as you dip your little like broodstokkie, your little bread, that is Afrikaans for breadstick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Or like your oh dude, like warm bread as you dip it through the biltong, and shit, it was good. What is your perfect charcuterie board?
So a selection of cheeses. I'm not 100% sure what all the cheeses are called.
But are you like a blue cheese boy?
No.
Not.
Must just think. Like, must be like a brie, like a cream cheese, maybe some sweet chili, biltong, turover.
Goat cheese?
Nah, not really.
Not.
Like, more cow
Yeah.
milk.
More moo based.
More of the moo variety.
Okay. I'm with you.
Some droewort, biltong, maybe some grapes.
I was gonna say, do you throw some fruit in there?
Yeah, like a couple of grapes just to break the cheesiness.
It's like a palate cleanser,
Yeah.
dude.
And then there's that, what do you call it again? That thing that, like the fig.
Do you like the fig?
It's my favorite.
Wait, like fig jam or like fig pieces?
Pieces that you cut up and then you put it on put a cracker, cheese, fig on top.
I do like that.
That sweetness.
Oh, yes. You got a bit of sweet with a savory. A little bit of a balance there. I like
And
that.
then like a variety of crackers.
Oh, yeah. I like square crackers.
I like square.
Because I can use the edges to stick into the
To the cheese.
cream. Yeah. And I can get more on the cracker. I like the one, I think it is the goat's cheese though. The one that's shaped like a sushi roll.
And it's like round.
Yeah, it's covered in spices.
No, but that's not. I think you get probably different ones, but we buy it here at Woolies. If you bought the Woolies selection of cheeses,
Good.
and they also have that round one with
Yeah.
the spices and
That's
maybe
my favorite
it's
one.
like a reddish color,
Yes.
and then you stick the thing in there and it's a bit softer.
Yeah, I like it because you can just stick your cracker right through and whoop, the whole left or right side of that little roll is yours. I like that about it. Also, the thing that comes in the tub. Damn, people are going to think I'm so dumb that I don't know the names of these things.
I also don't know the names.
Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. But the dip that comes in the tub that is red, green, and white,
Oh yes,
and you flip him upside down and you crack the little plastic and it falls out of the Tupperware. That stuff, dude.
what's your favorite cheese though? Mine's just mature cheddar.
Oh, you're a mature cheddar.
Just to give you the easy answer, yeah, mature. And then my second favorite would be like cream cheese.
Cream cheese. Every morning I have cottage cheese. I love cottage cheese as well. Cottage cheese is loaded with protein. You do like a low-fat cottage cheese, it's fire.
But it's a bit chunky for me.
No, you get the smooth.
Oh, you get the smooth.
Yeah, I can't do the chunky because then some of it's a bit watery, and when you put that on, then you see the water leak off, and it goes on your eggs. And I'm not that. I don't schmuck that too much. That throws me off a bit. But the smooth, I dig. And you can get flavored
Yes.
cottage cheeses. There's like a balsamic and onion. Oh my word!
Oh yes.
You do that with bacon and eggs in the morning.
Okay. That might be my tomorrow morning.
Oh, dude, we have one in the fridge right now. It's the one thing that we don't often like deliver groceries because like buying groceries is my favorite type of shopping. I love walking through
And seeing what the options are.
Oh, like you pick up all the different steaks, and I'm like, this one's got a bit more fat on it. Okay, what am I gonna? I'm gonna slice that off there, and like, I like knowing what I'm gonna eat throughout the week and picking it myself.
Yeah.
But if there's no cottage cheese in that fridge, your boy's on it. It's either pick and pay ASAP or that check is 60. Except in the rain, I feel bad ordering in groceries, so I try not to do it because then these poor homies have to drive in the rain. My favorite cheese. Ooh, love a brie.
A brie. Yeah,
Love a brie.
A brie's the round one, eh? What's the one that comes like in a triangle?
I'll find it for you quickly.
But so, okay, let's talk about brie quickly. My favorite thing.
Talk about brie quickly.
My favorite thing about brie is when they put that thing in the oven and it melts, and they put the honey in it
Oh, that's good. That's fire.
with bread, and you like dip the bread in there.
So, a camembert, a camembert,
Come on, Bert.
a camembert. Love that. Manchego, an Emmental.
Emmental's just a normal.
That's good.
hard
That's
cheese.
a very, very strong hard cheese. Love that. That's just the one with all the holes in. That's the cartoon cheese.
Yes.
From Tom and Jerry.
Swiss.
Yeah. Monterey Jack.
In Woolies thing now.
Have you had burrata?
Yeah, burrata's Amy's thing. Is the thing, the round little ball, and they normally put it with all the balsamic and the leaves, and you get the bread, the toasted
And then they
bread.
break it and it like kind of ooze. Oh my word, that's good.
Yeah, burrata.
They're like that.
Yeah.
Yes, that's fire. I would put that as Amy's favorite actually. Now that
Yeah,
you mentioned
burrata's
that.
Amy's favorite.
Yeah, dude, I'm probably gonna go classic. A brie or a camembert. A brie or a camembert. Brie's probably numero uno for me. Huh?
I get so many people in the comments like, how you pronounce it, camembert?
Oh, people are going to come at us for it. It's fine. Whatever. I like pronouncing words in our own way. There's a cheddar. Love a cheddar. There's a feta.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah, hey, Ron. Yeah, dude, I'm probably going to stick at a brie. Yeah. I was very impressed with the little like cream cheesy biltong combo that they had going.
See, that's when the fat people start like heavy breathing.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Wait a second. Yeah. And I try to be very polite because, like, when I get excited to chow, I can chow.
Yeah,
I can.
you can finish that entire board on your
Oh
wrist.
yeah. But I realized if I do finish this board, it's a lot of cream cheese to put down. It's a lot of cream cheese, dude.
A lot
On
of
top
calories.
of beer, Aperol spritz. Then later, they did like lamb. It was incredible. Lamb's probably my favorite dish at a wedding.
Like a lamb shank. You know what
Or
was
like
fun?
a pork belly.
I like pork belly as well. Lamb shank is mine as well. I love a lamb shank, especially if it's... I think lamb shank is probably one of the easier things to do when it's like you're catering for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when the people do steak, they like either overdo it or it's a bit chewy.
And there's just too many like requests.
Yeah, like a rack of like a lamb rack. What do you call it? That's also great.
That's incredible as well.
But I would say lamb shank. Something cool about our wedding, what we did afterwards, like for the midnight snack, was we had a spit, and then you came with a roll, and then people just put like shredded lamb spit on your bun, some mayo or chutney dressing in the mouth.
Holy shit, that sounds good, dude.
And it was like a foodgasm.
That, you could have done just that at your wedding.
No,
you
but
could have
that's a
walked
bit
the
drastic.
aisle, daddy-daughter dance, so I can shed a tear for Ames dancing with her dad, and then the handover. Love that part. Phil Collins, throw some of Philly in there. That, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Right there. When Kanan got married, they did like midnight burgers.
Yeah.
And they had
Those
an
are-
ice cream truck.
See, drunk people at a little food stand, it's the
it's
bed
done.
conversation.
It's done. I want to do like because I want to learn how to salsa. I'm really keen to learn how to salsa. I learned how to sokkie this weekend.
Lekker, my boy.
Yo,
Well done.
dude.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I've had friends show me before, but I find it's not like riding a bike. If you know how to do it once and then you just don't sokkie again, you do not keep your sokkiness. So they had to re-show me.
And sokkie is not a thing where you dance in your sokkies.
No. So I kept asking. There's a...
Is there like meal on the floor, like flour?
Do they do that?
Yeah, like and it squeaks a bit better.
Do people do that?
And you like glide a bit better on the dance floor.
That's an Afrikaans thing though, eh?
Yeah, it's like a dance soul, like a
They put
Same
mealie
thing.
meal on the floor.
yeah, and the people like scuffle them over and it's like fucking moving.
That's actually pretty cool. I actually kind of like that. Someone did, I think one of the waiters dropped a glass when it was drinks and everything before the dinner for speeches. Someone dropped a glass and it was loud because it was in this like beautiful glass room. And they dropped this glass and I was the Duas that went, hey! No one celebrated. So everyone went from staring at a glass to turning to me and going, who's this idiot that thinks we Greek? Like, we don't break plates and shit and celebrate, dude. And I was like, sorry, I'm so sorry, that's my bad. Like, but yeah, dude, learned how to sokkie with Jess. I'm always shockingly surprised at the aggression of the sokkie.
Oh, yes.
Dude, there's oaks that sokkie and they do this like spout thing when they gooi like that, and the poor chickie is like, just hanging on there. And I'm like, yes, they are motoring, bro.
And then when they're like the in and out and like the spins.
Dude, there's like sparks coming out the back of her heels. I'm like, these guys are sokking legit,
Yeah,
dude.
they're moving.
It's such an impressive dance when you... And dude, the bullies
Yeah,
dance better than anyone else.
Yeah, but the bullies got like this certain rhythm with them. So their hands are quite high and they're like just here, like and just move, and they move like Oak's got the belly this big, but his missus belly's this big as well, and the two of them just fall from each other.
Yeah, dude, somehow they fit perfectly. You know, he's got the belly and she's got the chest, and they fit like puzzle pieces, and then they just sokkie. It's beautiful to watch. And luckily in Veldskoen, there's grip, but not enough grip. So they've got like a slide to them as well as they dance. It's beautiful to watch.
You must get Amy to teach you how to two-step, apparently.
Can Ames two-step?
Yeah, she can do pretty much everything. Because she grew up, remember, like with the horsing background and doing all these Gymkhana events, they always had a sokkie afterwards where the kids like dance with each other.
I didn't know
they
that.
danced from this big all the way up until they were 17, 18 years old.
So did Ames have to teach you to sokkie?
I want to say no. I want to say no, but
deep down inside,
she always leaves the dance.
Again, it's a head and heart answer with you. Yeah. Head's like, she didn't teach me shit. Heart is like, buddy.
Yeah, I had no fucking clue.
You didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
Can you explain the difference between a sokkie and a langarm?
Isn't it basically the same thing?
That's what I thought.
And they said no.
No, but if you ask people our age, same thing. You ask one of the bullies.
Oh yeah, they know the difference.
Two completely different professions.
Yeah.
Not the same thing.
No,
and
but
I'm like,
isn't
well, the one's just
langarm's like sokkie?
slower.
No, I don't know. We might have to go Google this.
Yeah, it feels like it's a dragged out, slower sokkie.
Like a tango type of thing.
That kind of vibe.
I don't know, two steps like a rhythm that you follow with your feet.
Yeah, like a box dance.
Yeah, I don't know if ever
I
that
hope
is.
I'm right calling it that. Like I just threw a random name out there and it's not real. Or a square. Is it a box or a square? Hang on, shit. Let's see.
I don't know.
People are going to think I'm so dumb in
I think
this
we're going to get
episode.
ourselves in trouble with this chat. Because people are going to be like, these two fucking idiots.
It's square. Square dance. Square dance demonstration. What I say, box.
But isn't square dance like...
You literally just go in a square. That I can do.
Yeah.
And then you can switch it. But it's only one shape.
What happens if you want to switch but your missus doesn't want to switch? That's the box dance. That's the box dance.
Yeah, this bad boy. That's cutting shapes, I think. Yeah, I think the way we're going to do the auction is people are going to be able to enter and submit.
Yeah.
And then we'll do a live stream. So you'll jump in, I'll jump in, the GameTime account will jump in. Everyone will jump into like a live feed at a set time. And then everyone that placed their bid will all join into the live feed. And then do it there, make the announcements and do whatever. We'll probably add those people from the bid to like a close, you know, on Instagram, you can make like a close friends option. I did this the other day with my personal account. I hadn't done it yet, but we'll probably add everyone that enters into giveaways, competitions, all that kind of stuff to the close friends part of our social, and then post all of our behind the scenes and like more private stuff, you know? And then the person that auctions and gets the chair will come into studio and we'll have beers and everything. Yeah. Have the person come in, have a sit down. We don't have to do an episode because I know not everyone wants to be on camera in that way, but we'll do some photos and have some beers and charcuterie boards here in the studio and everything, and have the person come in and reveal their chair for them. So that's going to be pretty cool. So thank you so for work. So I'm excited to get that going very soon.
Well done.
Lekker bugger. Well done for being here on a very, very, very busy week. This was a proper one.
Work has to be done.
Work has to be done. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. As you know, you'll catch all of your Storytime content and Game Time content on this channel under Playbook Productions. Thank you, Kitsy. Thank you for being here. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. We will see you guys soon. Enjoy the next Bok game. Well done, boys. Another one in the bag.